Hey, how's it going? Wanted to jump on here live today and share some thoughts with you about communication and some filters. I've been working on training titled the 360 Communicator, and in this, the whole idea is really to help people communicate with anyone, anywhere, every time, and communicate for greater effectiveness, greater influence, greater impact in your communications with people, and so as part of that, I was thinking through it and came up with some filters that we all need to we can filter our communication through. So if you're talking to different people, you want to use a different filter when you're communicating with them. So if you're speaking with someone that leads you, you're going to want to speak to them one way. If you speak to a person that you lead, there's another filter that you want to use. Or if you speak to someone that's your peer, there's a whole other filter that you want to use. And so I kind of call them title filters. It's not a fantastic term. I probably need to work on that some more. But these title filters, they're basically those three different titles of people that you engage with. Those that you're leading, those that lead you, and those that are your peers. So when you're engaging with those three different types of people, you want to use these filters that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to have a blog post on it on my website pretty soon as well, that lines it out for you. But I believe if we simply use these filters, it'll tremendously up level our effectiveness in communicating. It's something that I've tried to use in my career and just with the people around my life, and when I do, I'm increase my effectiveness in communicating and in influencing. So ultimately, we've heard the term the 360 leader. You can lead from any place in the organization. Well, the same thing is true. You can communicate from any place, but there are different ways that you want to do it. And so let me explain what I mean by filter real quick as well. The idea of a filter is kind of like a water filter. So if you have a water purifying system in your house, then basically water goes in, water comes out. Yes and no. So yes, in the sense that water goes in, drinking water goes in, and then a more purified or more desirable drinking water comes out. But no, in the sense that we're not putting sewage in there. This isn't raw sewage, right? You're not putting really bad stuff. You're basically putting good water, and then out is coming in more desirable water. So I say all that to say, you can't take these filters that I'm sharing with you and say ugly, demeaning things and say, well, I filtered it through that term or that word that you had, and it didn't work for me. It's not going to work. So you've got to start out with uplifting, honoring, quality, thought through words if you want to use these filters that I'm sharing, and then use these filters, and you'll get an increased effectiveness in your communication. These are things that I've used for years, and I want to share with you today. So the three different types of people: the leaders, those that you lead, I call them team members, and then your peers. So what's the filter for the leader? The filter for the leader is honor. So everything, all your communications that you have with those that lead you, those that are in a position of leadership with you, those that are around your life in a leadership role as a mentor, in all of your communications, you want to use honor. Now, that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but in every era, every gender, every leader ever wants to be honored. Now, there are some leaders that take it to an extreme, and it's weird, and they want you to do all kinds of things to prove that you honor them, but that's just really an insecure leader. So that's not what we're talking about today. That's a different training. But what I mean by honor is give them credit. I mean, that's the simplest way I could say it. Give them credit. They're the leader. They're the one that ultimately has to make the decisions. They're the ones that have made the sacrifice to be there. They're the one in the position. You don't have to like it, but give them some credit, because at the end of the day, they're responsible for making the ultimate decision. So if you filter all your communication through honor, you're going to be more effective. And if there are things that you want to see done in your organization or in a group or a team that you're a part of, you will be more successful. And that's what I want you to hear today. It doesn't matter if they're a good leader or they're not a good leader, whether they learn and grow and develop themselves as a leader or not. If you filter your communication through honor, you're going to be more successful in your communication with them. And if you, if they are a bad leader and they're insecure, the more you need to filter your communication through honor, because they need that. They need that to hear anything that you say. So that's number one. The second filter, if you're talking to a team member, someone that you lead. So this is someone that is on your team. You are leading them. You might call them your follower. I like to call them the team member. But the word and the filter that you need to filter all of your communication through with them is value. They want to feel valued. Every single one of us wants to feel valued, wants to feel like we matter, that our contributions to the team matter, that our opinions and our thoughts matter. And there's so many ways that you can create an environment for that. But at the end of the day, communicating to your team members, those that you leader, I'm talking to you right now, those that you lead, you must communicate to them that you value them. You value their contribution. You value them as a member of your team, whether they are writing out the strategic plan for the organization, or they are doing a very what seemingly small thing behind the scenes, keeping the building in order. Nobody sees that person. Many times people don't value that person. But if people walked into your building, into your office, and it's a mess, they aren't going to hear anything else you have to say, right? So that person is valuable. That person's very valuable to the team. And so you want to communicate value to every single person that you lead. And it sounds maybe even a little childish, like, why do they need that? Why do they need to feel valued? We all need it. We all look for the affirmation from our parents. It's in us. It's innate and in us. We look for it when we're kids, and heck, we look for it when we're adults, right? And we want to be valued. And you could be losing really fantastic people because you don't value them. They just want a little appreciation. And if you don't give it to them, they will look for it elsewhere. And if they get another opportunity somewhere else, they'll take it if they feel like they'll be valued and appreciated on the team. So filter everything that you do through value. One way you can do that, simple way, is by changing your term to team member. Hey, you're part of the team. We see you as every single person as a part of the team because they're helping you accomplish the overarching goal. Okay, the final one here is respect. That's the filter that you use for your peers. Have respect. Do you have respect for yourself? That's what I want to ask you first. Do you have self-respect? Hopefully so. And if you do, then why would you not respect your peer? They're your peer. Hello, they're your equal, right? You don't have to like it. You might think that you're better than them, or you're way more awesome than them and they suck. But at the end of the day, if they're your peer, then they're your equal. So you're looking in the mirror, my friend, at that person. And so show them some respect for being your peer. Look them eye to eye. Give them the respect of saying, hey, I view you as a peer, not just because on an org chart or because someone has told us that we're peers or we're equal on the team. I respect you. I respect you as a person. You don't need to honor them. That would be weird, right? They're not looking to you for affirmation or for value. They are looking to you for respect, though. They want to know that you respect them. And for one reason or another, one way or another, they are exactly where you're at in life right now. So they are your peer. And so give them some respect and recognize them in that way. I have 3 questions that I wrote down that I want you to ask yourself. Number 1, how can you filter your communication through honor with those that you lead? How can you filter that communication with honor for those that lead you? How can you filter your communication through value with those whom you lead? How can you communicate, hey, I value you? In everything that you're saying, you might be telling them that they need to print a report. Somehow filter that through a filter of, I value you. And then finally, how can you filter your communication through respect with your peers? Respect. Hey, I see you eye to eye. I recognize that we are peers. We're equals. We're working together, and you're my peer. I respect you. So if you use those filters, I'm telling you, I've used them. They're tried and true. They will work for you, and you will up-level your communication starting today if you think through those filters. All right, thanks a lot, and I hope that helped you out. I'll post a link once I have the blog up where you can read it if that's something you like to do. Talk to you soon.